sell it, I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a pop.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. Here's Kai Forbath now to get us started, and we are underway from AT&T Stadium. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Check. Watch what he threw. That's right, baby.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Steps away to his left. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down. Throwing is Wilson, being chased out left. And it's hauled in by Ed Dixon. And out across midfield down to the 45. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. The first carry for C.J. Prosise. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that, because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
From the 17, Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Robert Quinn. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
But enough takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, doesn't it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Eluding the pressure right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, We only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Right there.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Elliott on first down, going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Prescott. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. A first down carry by Elliott. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Draw play, Elliott. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 5.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And a big loss here as he's taken down with a sack. It's Ziggy Ansah.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Now on 4th down, they throw the deep ball, but it winds up to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Mike 54. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
They'll run on first down. Carson. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson. Robert Quinn picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Wilson in the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak for San Francisco.
Didn't Madden predict Kansas City would win the game?
Yes, 35-31, I believe they predicted.
I felt like most of the predictions I saw had the game in the 30s, so a little bit lower scoring than we expected. But a lot of fireworks down the stretch, all by Kansas City. But how about San Francisco? had the lead in the ball, under 12 minutes to go, had held Kansas City to 10 points through 3 quarters, and somehow they're winging their way back to San Francisco, trying to understand how they lost that game.
Yeah, not only did Kansas City win it, but they end up winning it by 11 points. They didn't see that coming at all. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Prescott. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. On 1st and 10, Prescott. It's caught. Cooper. A nice gain of 21 yards. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down, and he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. A 16-yard touchdown run, and the Cowboys have taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Hey, looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Buying time to his left. He's got a man. Complete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson dancing to his left. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Dallas offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again, Wilson. And it's caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Will Dissly, as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is now 10-7. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down.
Check 50.
Final play of the half, Prescott. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these 2 teams as we come back for this second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll run with Elliott, and he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Again, it's Elliott. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Well, it didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Looking to throw. Prescott. Complete to Jason Witten. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. From the red zone now, Prescott. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Here we go. We're going to 53.
54. Got to do better.
We're going to 54. 186.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. Cooper was the intended target. With that incompletion, a chance to mention the awards. Now with the season over, Lamar Jackson, as we speculated, he's the MVP. Coach of the Year, John Harbaugh, Lamar's coach. Michael Thomas, Stephon Gilmore, Offensive and Defensive Players of the Year, Offensive and Defensive Rookies of the Year. That went to Kyler Murray and Nick Bosa. And the Comeback Player of the Year, Charles, Ryan Tannehill, no surprise there.
Not to mention the #1 award that the NFL gives out, the one that they give the most, the credence isn't the right word, the most attention to, and the one that they want trumpeted the most, that's the Walter Payton Man of the Year, because that represents the totality of a player in the NFL, not just what they do on the field, but off the field as well. And that goes to Calais Campbell, the defensive.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. After the sack on first down, Wilson, he'll find Ballore out of the backfield. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. This defense tried to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
Here's Wilson. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Following the interception, here's Prescott. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that,
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Mike, Mike front forward. 65, 65, 65.
On first down, it's Carson, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Tackled there by Leighton Vander Esch. So the scoring dried up here in the third. Nothing that quarter for either side. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Check, check. Watch 54, watch 54. Come on, D. Say it. Show it up.
Four down.
Throwing on 2nd down. Wilson, flush to his right. He'll run it. And down inside the 15 he goes. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. They'll run on first down. Carson. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brings up second and 12 at the 15.
14. 55. I got you. I got you. SOS.
On second and 12, Wilson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Third and long, it's Wilson. Steps away to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's fourth down. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They're going on fourth down. It's Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jalen Smith. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. Boy, you talk about not playing it safe. Why were they going for it there, Charles?
It's got to be a full evaluation of their team. Do they trust their defense in this situation? Maybe they think they've given all they can in this game and they don't have anything left. Do they not...
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. Scoring has really been at a premium. And, Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense, too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. Now it's Carson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up.
And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Malik Collins in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He may try and run for this. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this will get out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a second and goal. Being chased out left. Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All I know, partners, that with every play call that came in, there was a little discussion about, hey, we can seal this bad boy. We can really put ourselves in a great spot to take total control.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, Defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. Here's Prescott. Got his man there complete to Gallup. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on first down. Now Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Prescott to throw. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. He's at the 30, 10, and that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown.